Hey everyone, and welcome! If you're an IT pro with your sights set on a really prestigious role in India's financial world, you've landed in the perfect spot. Today, we are cracking the code on the SEBI Grade A IT Officer exam, and I'm going to give you the complete blueprint to absolutely nail it.
So, let's just kick things off with a number that'll really make you sit up and listen. 1,55,000 rupees. Yep, that's roughly the gross monthly salary you'd be looking at as a SEBI Grade A officer in a city like Mumbai. Now that's a fantastic reason to pay attention, but believe me, the job itself is even more rewarding.
So what do you actually do in this role? Well, you're not just an employee in a back office. You're literally the tech backbone of the entire Indian securities market. We're talking about everything from managing mission-critical data centers to rolling out the latest security measures. It's a huge impact career where your skills are directly protecting and improving the country's financial engine. And get this, the opportunity is happening right now. For the 2025 cycle, SEBI has opened up 22 spots just for the information technology stream. This is a really significant chance to jump into a highly respected public sector career.
Okay, so to get there, you're going to need a plan, right? Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to walk through the whole thing, step by step. We'll cover the exam structure, what to study for each phase, the interview, and finally your winning blueprint to tie it all together.
All right, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. The selection process isn't just a single test. It's more like a three-phase gauntlet, and it's designed to find the absolute best and brightest tech minds out there.
The path itself is pretty straightforward, but don't let that fool you. First, you have to clear the Phase 1 online exam. Pass that, and you unlock Phase 2. Do well in Phase 2, and you earn your spot in the final interview. Each stage is a unique challenge. You've got to prepare for it differently.
Okay, let's dive headfirst into this first major challenge. Phase 1 is basically the screening round, and you need a really solid strategy to make sure you get through it.
Here's how it's structured. Phase 1 has two papers. Paper 1 is a general paper that everyone takes, but Paper 2, that's your domain. It's all about IT. Now pay really close attention to these cutoffs. You have to get at least 30% in Paper 1 and 40% in Paper 2. But that's not all. You also need a 40% aggregate score overall to move on. Miss any one of those, and you're out.
Now this is where it gets super interesting. This chart basically hands you your study guide for the IT paper. Look at that. A huge 30% is just on programming concepts. After that, you've got database, networking, and analytics all tied at 20%. This tells you exactly where to pour your energy.
Let's get a little more specific. For that huge 30% programming slice, they're really testing if you understand good software design, things like object-oriented principles. And for that 20% in databases, they want to see if you can write efficient queries, stuff that goes way beyond a simple select star. We're talking complex joins and optimization. A rock-solid foundation here is absolutely key to clearing Phase 1.
All right, you've cleared Phase 1, so what's next? Let's talk Phase 2. Because this is a whole different ballgame. If Phase 1 was about knowing a little about a lot, Phase 2 is all about going deep and showing you can actually apply your skills.
The structure changes in a big way here. Paper 1 is now a descriptive English test. They want to see how well you can write and communicate. But look at Paper 2. It's a full 180 minutes. That's 3 hours, focused purely on IT, and it's worth a massive 2/3 of the total score for this phase. This right here is the real make-or-break moment. And this chart, it just screams where your focus needs to shift. It's a total pivot. Data structures now make up a whopping 40%, and algorithms are another 30%. You add that up, and that's 70% of your IT paper score, all riding on core computer science fundamentals. So here's the deal. Theory is not going to cut it anymore. You have to prove you can write actual code, likely in C++, Java, or Python. For that 30% in algorithms, they'll expect you to handle tough topics like dynamic programming. Think about classic problems where you have to break down a huge challenge into smaller pieces to solve it efficiently. This is all about proving you can write smart, optimized code under pressure. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? Phase 1 is like a wide-angle lens. It tests your broad theoretical knowledge with multiple choice questions. Then Phase 2 zooms in like a microscope. It's all about your hands-on ability to solve problems by coding up data structures and algorithms. Your study plan has to reflect this dramatic shift.
Okay, everyone, time for some critical info. Pause what you're doing and grab your phone or a calendar. The application window opens on October 30th and shuts on November 28th, 2025. Then, the Phase 1 exam is on January 10th, 2026, and Phase 2 is right after on February 21st. Get these dates marked down right now.
You've crushed the written exams. Amazing! But you're not done yet. Let's talk about the final boss, the interview. This is where they want to see your personality, sure, but make no mistake, they will dig into your technical knowledge. You need to be ready to talk about your projects, your approach to system design, and how you would tackle real IT problems at SEBI. So, how does it all add up in the end? Your Phase 2 score is, no doubt, the giant piece of the pie. It's 85% of your final score. But that 15% for the interview, that's your tiebreaker. It's absolutely crucial and can be the very thing that pushes you across the finish line ahead of the competition.
And here's a really great piece of information, straight from the official notification, that should help you relax a bit. You get to choose your language for the interview, either Hindi or English. So you can go in and communicate in whichever language you're most confident and comfortable with. Whew! We have covered a ton of ground. So now, let's boil it all down into your winning blueprint. These are the absolute key takeaways you need to burn into your memory. Here it is, simple and clear. Think of it this way. Phase 1 is a screening test, so you need broad knowledge. Phase 2 is the main event. This is where you have to prove your coding mastery in data structures and algorithms. And finally, the interview is what seals the deal. It's your chance to shine and lock in that crucial 15%.
Okay, before you get too fired up and dive into studying, let's do one last quick check. You've got to be under 30, though there are relaxations for different categories. And for education, you need a bachelor's in engineering or any bachelor's degree plus a 2-year postgrad in computer application or IT. Just make sure you tick these boxes first.
So there you have it. That's the complete blueprint, the entire game plan to crack the SEBI Grade A IT Officer exam. The path is definitely challenging, but now it's crystal clear. The only question left is, with this blueprint in your hands, are you ready to start building your future